A chud is somebody who is fat, slob, got no job. They're like your average basement dweller, and they're on their 28th gap year.
If you ever been on Roblox for a second, one would know that online dating on Roblox is prevalent. In fact, everyone who either plays Roblox or has even heard of Roblox in general knows about the fact that the site is notoriously ridden with e-daters. Games such as Slum de Fiesta, On Tap, Neighbors, Meep City, Bathroom Hangout, and etc. are known spots where you might come across these creatures who lean much more into the hangout aspect of the social hangout genre. But that's not the point of this video. This time, I wanted to take a deep dive into the history of online daters on Roblox, taking a look at what kind of problem it was back then and how it has since evolved into Data Bazooki's new money-making hairball scheme. The year is 2008. You just signed yourself up to a new website advertised for children such as yourself. Roblox, a platform where you can create anything and socialize with anyone. You play a few games, some you enjoyed, some were okay, until your eyes glance over at one specific game, the Iron Cafe. The Iron Cafe is a game made by Iron Enforcer in August of 2008 that has accumulated over 9 million visits originally. Having been a social hangout game, it has been content deleted and re-uploaded multiple times over the years. Footage of the game can be found through YouTube, where it's fairly regular and normal players simulate a nightclub and bar aesthetic. Players would dance, play music, make friends, and much more. But the real reason why it has been deleted multiple times is due to the fact that it is the first known majority spot where online daters would frequent, having been also the reason why the owner, Iron Enforcer, would eventually stop working on the game. If one were to search through the decade-old Roblox videos on YouTube, a fairly popular genre of Roblox videos called Online Dater Exposed, this may come as a surprise, but older Robloxians had an adverse reaction to finding couples on the platform. Instead of engaging or outright ignoring them as Roblox players would today, old Roblox instead had a culture of condemning those who used the platform for more than just gaming and making friends. Videos would show that they would falsely engage with a recorded online dater, which they would then proceed to admit that they're being exposed and thus would end up on YouTube.
Turbo, bro.
Yeah, so if you come down here, right, this is where all the magic used to be, right?
Damn,
This is where all the magic used to be.
But I swear I know this though. I swear I know this.
Exactly, dude. People used to /E dance like everywhere, bro.
Yeah, that's the one, bro.
You know, when the fuck did he come here? We got like a remnant too, right here. Look at this relic.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, dude, this was the hardest fit back then, bro.
Yup.
And then like
2010.
The sudden topic change might be a little awkward, but hear me out. In this section, I wanted to focus more and more on how online daters would dress, as there was always a certain style of avatar that a lot of these Roblox players would look at and know that these people might be online daters. A sort of stereotype combination of outfits that seem to draw in more and more of these people. However, as a disclaimer, although I'll be making assumptions and generalizations, that does not mean everyone who wore these outfits was an online dater. It's just that criticisms when wearing these were heavily associated with online dating. That being said, in the 2000 to 2011 era of Roblox, the catalog would be introduced to a new bundle, the Robloxian 2.0 bundle to be exact. On the surface, this bundle was ultimately harmless, albeit a small but noticeable change in how Roblox wanted to distance themselves a little from the cartoonish and blocky aesthetic that they were always known for. It's with this bundle, however, that classically famous avatars would start to appear. You, the viewer, know it all too well. With their bright smiles and skateboarder-esque vibes, the one arm that always looked frozen solid, and the wreaths of laurel that they would always wear on their head. These were people who anyone and everyone would come across when playing games such as Roblox High School, and others would regard as typical on first sight. They had money to spend on their avatars and they proudly wear their combination of bundles in front of the platform. Now you might be wondering, what does an outfit have to do with online daters? Hold on, give me a second, viewer, let me explain. The thing about online daters or e-daters in general is that they're simple to quantify and generalize. They wanted to attract others like them, other people who share the same like-minded openness to being with someone over the internet. wearing these outfits signified an aesthetic of not only having Robux, but also a way to flex them. They were cool, trendy, and rich. Who wouldn't want to have that kind of cash, even if it was ripped straight from their mom's credit card? The 2.0 aesthetic was later dubbed in 2014 to 2017 as the 2017 core, as there were 3 types labeled under the style: classic, semi-classic, and modernized, with varying levels of Roblox made and UGC worn accessories mixed in. Take the classic style for example. Nike and Adidas were commonly worn pieces of clothing, coupled with Roblox made accessories like the shiny teeth, joyous surprise, and know-it-all grin, and there are a few others mixed in as well. The appearance to this day remains a source of great nostalgia for a lot of players. Criticisms, however, of the style were associated with the idea that these players were the most commonly found types of people that frequently engaged in online dating behaviors. There were also confusion between the styles, as some perceived them as slenders due to the annoyance and toxicities. Either way, general consensus was that these players were attention-seeking and obnoxious. Now, going back on track, it's in this area of the 2010s that Roblox faced a new problem after adding these bundles. Their idea of having a more realistic avatar caused the platform's developers to think of a new genre of games, a genre everyone to this day knows about: condo games. Let's get serious for a second.
There are some new questions about inappropriate content on a popular gaming platform called Roblox.
We're building a platform for a new generation.
This is Roblox, an online gaming platform where kids can recreate themselves as characters and explore different environments. Lesser known side of Roblox, something called condo games or condo videos.
Condo videos are basically, they're like the dark side of Roblox, I'd say.
Trends on Roblox happen for a reason. Developers oftentimes take popular ideas, put their own spin on it, creating spin-offs so often that eventually the originals are lost to memory. You see, having a more humanoid-esque avatar paved the way for games such as Live in a 5-Star Resort and Roblox High School, despite in popularity. But it also allowed for earlier known dating games to sprout off from the perceived activities of a small player base, as well as the ones that permeated in the Iron Cafe. These days, everyone on Roblox knows about these inappropriate activities that are being done on Roblox, whether it be from Schlepped, Ruben Sim, or any other user making content off of finding these weirdos. Earlier, when I mentioned that Iron Enforcer had his game copied and re-uploaded on Roblox, I was going to mention key figures that did so, but instead, I'll bring them up now. The 2 most well-known users during the 2008 era were Sonic the Hedgehog XX and Jared Valdez 4. Putting aside Jared Valdez 4 for a second, who was and is a key part of Roblox's initial action to remove bad actors on the site at the time, Sonic made one of the most early known condo-style games called Welcome to Venetia. Created in December of 2008, the game won Build of the Year award, even if it had a hefty 35 Robux entrance fee at the time, as well as having won the 2014 Best Looking Game Award on Roblox. Although Sonic was known to the community as a game stealer, his game Welcome to Venetia was praised as an impressive piece of work that featured the players being allowed to roleplay jobs and explore the map among other things. Today, the game has been long abandoned by its creator, leaving it as nothing more than a fading memory, only for those who are old enough to remember a time when the era of fleeting Roblox originality was still in its infancy. One key feature from the game, however, will be replicated and passed down to future generations: the player ability to own their own housing system. Thus, the next game that would spike initial interest and popularity would be in the form of the game The Condo. The Condo was a condo-style game that was made and owned by Gilman Yonkers. The game has long been in content deleted, and the owner was subsequently terminated in February 2024. The reason being unsurprisingly because the Condo elicited an unfiltered text chat, leading to a growing player base of bad actors as the game was popular with online daters. Goldman Yonkers, however, was terminated likely due to him selling limiteds or collectibles for real-world currency. As of today in 2026, the damage that his game caused, however, can still be found on the platform in the form of those who live to recreate their own condo memories.
Be anything, build anything. Millions of players. Destroy everything!
Where did it go wrong? Was it when Roblox added the Robloxian 2.0 bundle, paving the way for humanoid avatars? Was it when they stopped openly listening to their players? Did they allow for their greed of shareholder profit to skyrocket? Did Roblox truly have no idea the sort of growing issue they had stemming from the earlier days? Or was this always the plan, to put the entirety of the internet into your hands? Powering imagination, Roblox, a platform where millions of players can come together to make anything and destroy everything. Online dating isn't inherently a bad thing, but in the context of a platform catered to primarily 13 to 17-year-olds, it's anything but the perfect place to start introducing a younger audience to the idea of romanticism, especially when their safety features are as useful as slapping tape on a festering wound and hoping it would heal.
We make sure that adults cannot communicate with minors.
Can you
That is part
guarantee that that won't happen?
with a car, with the bumper and the airbag and all of those things, can the car guarantee that you're 100% safe? No.
Children, however, are naive and impressionable, but not stupid. Condo games existing only to serve them is to tempt them into doing things that they would never chosen to do in the first place had they not learned about them. Everywhere you look on the platform, you can tell when a game is blatantly showing off what kind of game they are underneath the play button. In the past, these games only existed under a thin veil of scrutiny and immediate content deletion upon detection, where bad actors had to pretend they were just like everyone else, a regular player who enjoyed the same games as everyone else. But nowadays, with Roblox's level of moderation and growing silent indifference towards these developers and players, it's no wonder why these people are more emboldened to exist publicly and openly. Thus, there was a time when Roblox would openly communicate with its player base, but like the games mentioned in the video, that too is a relic idea of an olden age. And so general consensus about Roblox now is that they're a cold corporate machine, working only to please the few above them, the shareholders. A far cry from when they worked to improve their site for the enjoyment of those below them, the players. Hey everyone, this is the creator here, Sovereign. Listen, there's not a lot of topics that I covered in this video, and I'm sorry for it. A lot of the internet's like history about Roblox's online dating has been kind of like scrubbed, or there's not a lot of information on it, or maybe it's like so deeply hidden that I couldn't find it. So this video tended to be a lot smaller, a lot like shorter than I wanted to be originally. But if you had any information about topics that were mentioned in this video, feel free to like mention them in the comments or anything like that. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, or at least like, comment so I can help the algorithm. This is my first time making this type of video, and honestly, I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Thank you.